you can't ever outlearn the basics. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't never, you always go back to them. Sorry, that was a weird, I don't know. I went a weird way around that with my words, but you can't ever get around them. Okay. So when I was like young and a baby in this industry, I was like, oh, how important is it really to just share your story? I'm just going to tell people I'm so excited about these products. Does that, are you guys relating to that? Okay. Like I was like, I'm going to tell people I'm really excited about these products. That's what I thought I was going to do. Right. And a lot of people start out that way, but somebody gave me, yeah, they gave me, you can't ever, there we go. Somebody gave me a Jim Rohn, if you guys remember who Jim Rohn is, a Jim Rohn CD-ROM. This is really telling my CD-ROM that I put in my car while I was doing outside sales from North Ogden all the way all over Utah. And I would listen to this thing and he would talk about your first story in network marketing. And I thought to myself, my first, is there going to be more? Why can't I just have one story, you know? And he was teaching me, he was telling me that, yeah, you got to have your first story. There's a story that's going to take you to a specific set of skill sets and income until that story changes and it evolves and it advances. So some of you guys who are on here, you've been doing this for a long time, you have a different story, right? You've got maybe a second, third, fourth. I bet Christine has her like 500th story, right? You know, she's in a new space. She's got it's a different story, right? She's still in it, but it's a different thing she's talking about. So when we say your story, we're also talking about like a 30-second pitch. How many of you guys, you know, you're brand new and you're like, somebody asks you, well, what do you do? And you're like, you know, like you're not sure what to say about what you're excited about when it comes to three. And then maybe you do go into verbal vomiting all over them about the product. I've got 12 different delivery modalities and blah, 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 right? And you're like, and they're like, this is a lot. Like I was just like, how are you, man? What do you do? You know, kind of a thing, right? So you're going to have different stories from your first moment. If this is your first time in network marketing, you're going to have a very basic 30-second story. If you've been in it for 20, 30 years, you're going to have a little bit of a longer story to tell. You're going to have a little bit more to share, right? A little bit more experience. And that makes such a big difference. But either way, how can you magnetize that story? How can you share that story with passion and enthusiasm? How can you make it so quick and also attention grabbing, right? Because the whole point of saying anything is to create curiosity, right? It's to create curiosity about what we're doing here at Three so that you get this incredible flow, like Darren when he just shared the flow about how he shared the opportunity. So we're going to dive in. Now I'm, you know me, I'm a stickler for getting to the website. So I'm going to do this, but I want everyone to grab out a pen and a piece of paper, if you will. This is an interactive presentation. Who are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Okay, right? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? I'll put that in the chat. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Every day starts like this in network marketing, right? Because you go, okay, who am I? Okay, I'm Adrianne. So you put your name. Who am I?
John Garner?
Right?
What?
Let me.
No, I didn't talk to him.
All right. Who am I? Adrianne-Ruiz. What else about me? Right? Okay, what have I done? I am a certified personal trainer. I've been a wellness coach for 20 years, right? I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm whatever it is, okay? I want you guys to write down a little bit of your highlight reel. Who am I? What do I do? Maybe your background's in plumbing. I'm a plumber. I've been a professional plumber for 20 years. Okay. Maybe your background is I'm a stay-at-home mom. My passion is I'm a stay-at-home mom. How lucky, right? You know, maybe you say something like, you know, maybe you're an accountant, right? So who are you? Your name and what you've done. You know, maybe you're a school teacher. Okay. And then, you know, what kind of you love? So you could say something like, and I love pickleball or something. I love tennis. I love pickleball. Okay. I love working out. exercising. I love reading. I'm an avid reader. Write down a little bit of your highlight reel because we're going to bring this all together so you can be in your authenticity when you're sharing what you're excited about with three. Okay? So write down a couple things. All right. Okay. Then the next thing we want to talk about is sort of awareness or what happened, where am I right now? What I want you to think about actually is why did I say yes to three? Right? Like, what's your personal reason why you said yes to three? Like, it's like, you know, what happened before three? So do you guys have some pain points? Maybe you're like that 72-year-old who's struggling with joint pain. Maybe you were somebody who was struggling with mental health. Maybe you were somebody who was looking for a system. Maybe you got laid off from your job and you were looking for a secondary source of income, right? So you're going to write down why did I say yes to three? Like, what was I looking for? Were you looking for um, better products to upgrade your pantry? Were you looking for additional income? Were you looking to help other people? Were you like, gosh, if these work, I want to help a lot of people, right? So I want you guys to think about like, why did you say yes to three? And what happened? So what happened when you started on three? So you could say it, took away my sadness, or it took away my joint pain, or I started earning, I don't know, an extra $50 a month or something, you know what I mean? $100 a month. It doesn't have to be big, right? So you're writing out what happened, right? Where am I? What happened? What happened to you, right? Because you could really be like, and I'll show you in a second how you could bring this together. But, Donna could be like calling her list and going, oh my gosh, Janelle, you're not going to believe this. I got to tell you what happened to me. I mean, that's curiosity, right? I'd be like, what's Kathy doing? What happened to her? Right? So we want to talk about what happened to you in three. Why did you say yes and what happened to you in three? Okay. And then this very last piece, and you could put this together, it's a three-part story. This very last piece is, what am I doing? Like, where am I going with this? Right? Am I building a large organization? I've partnered with the fastest growing team in three. Can we try that on? Let's just all try that on. I'm in the fastest growing team in three. Okay. I'm a part of the fastest growing team in this new company. I'm opening up global distribution centers all over the world. I've partnered with an e-commerce business. I'm making money from home online. You like some of these, right? Yeah. I'm here, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to help people be happier and healthier? That's what I do. I'm helping people be happier and healthier. That's one for the books. That's one for everybody, right? Take it, run with it. I'm helping people be happier and healthier every day. Right? Because that encompasses both. Happiness, sorry, I'm not saying money is happiness, but it sure does help, right? So it can help you be more comfortable. So when we talk about happiness, that's like the roundabout way of saying I help people with their income. So happier and healthier. Okay. Oh, Christine liked that. I know I'm on the right track. Okay. She said excellent. Okay. I'm always looking. Does Christine approve? Okay. So, oh, come on. I love it though. Okay. So what am I doing? Where are we going? What's my goal? If I was talking to a network marketer, I'd be like, you're not going to believe this. This company did 100 million in revenue. I see myself being able to make over 100 grand a month or more, right? Have you ever wondered what it would be like after all these years teetering, on, I don't know, 50,000 per month? Da, da, da. I know I'm talking about big numbers. Let's just make it easier. But there are some people who've been in this business long enough to know what that feels like, and they want it back because our network marketing world got rocked after COVID too, just FYI. Okay, it did. Things changed. And the way we did business changed and we've evolved. So there are some people who are still looking for that. Their company could have gone out. And I mean, look at all the layoffs that are happening right now. We are in a revolution. So you're going to want to adopt what feels comfortable to you when you're talking about where you're going and piece in. You got to weave in your tapestry, this thread of, I have a way to help us make money, to make additional income through helping other people. Okay, so I kind of, we got 3 parts written down, yes? Could put a thumbs up or give me a thumbs up or something. Okay, you've got some stuff written down. Okay, I want you to real quickly, I'm going to give you a moment. I want you to read through some of the things that you wrote down, and I want you to circle the phrases that feel best to you. I want you to circle the things that make you happy when you read them, when you say them in your mind. Okay, so like, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm, and the I am part is okay. Like, the I am is just, that innately, this is who I am, right? But what makes you feel good about, what happened to you, that's something you might want to circle. Like, I started in on these products. I've never felt better in my life. That would be a way to trim that down, right? And then when it comes to the end piece, and here now I'm helping people be happier and healthier, and I'm reaching out to you because that's, we'll weave in how we're going to pitch this. But so you want to be able to weave in those parts. So circle the things that you're like, I gotta at least say this. I gotta say that. I want to get this out there, right? This part of my story. And creating a compelling story, my goodness, the more you practice it, the more confident you're going to become in actually tackling your list. Coco. Okay. And actually attacking your list. So you want to be able to get really comfortable, and you want to feel good about the things that are on your piece of paper. Okay. So I'm going to bring this home, and let me share my screen real quickly, and let me see, share, and I've got the legacy makers up right here. Okay. So here's our team training site. I'm going to try to make a big screen. If we come into business training, this is this part. See, we've created a names list. The second part is share your story. Oh, I always forget that's a picture, and you got to scroll back up. Here's the link. Okay. All right. So let me move you guys out of the way right there. All right. So here's share your story. I'm going to try to make this a little bit big. Hopefully everybody can read that. I wish I could, let me see if I can just skip that out. Okay. All right. That should be nice and big for you. Okay, so this is a more simplified version of what I did. Went a little deeper with you guys with the who am I, where am I, what am I doing? But same concept here. It's where you were before 3, what happened when you joined 3, and where you see yourself going. Okay, so we're going to put this together so you could see. I'll go back through it. Where were you before? It's before I found blank 3. I was feeling stuck in my 9-to-5 job as a plumber or whatever, right? Be in your authenticity, add in there who you are, okay? Constantly worrying about money, right? So this is where the be real part comes in, is what I just took you through, which is creating that section where it's like, who am I really though? Because the last thing I want is for, Kyle or Michelle or Judy to feel uncomfortable because they didn't say, well, I'm an accountant. Right? Like you're not a network marketing professional yet. Do you know what I'm saying? You can be a networker and be really good. Maybe you're in sales, whatever. You could say, well, I might say to Michelle, what do you do? And Michelle would say, well, I do this. But what I'm really excited about is, and so we're going to start flipping into different versions of your story, but it's before, right? Or I struggled with low energy and I couldn't keep up with my kids. Okay. Since I started with 3, I've been able to leave my corporate job and replace my income. Now, maybe you won't say that yet. Since I've started with 3, I'm earning additional income from the comfort of my home, right? After just 2 weeks of using, the system, I always include I never really pinpoint just one product. I know what's going to be best for somebody. If they've got achy joints, of course, I'm going to get them on Revive and collagen, right? I would use the symptoms guide, but I always say when I started using these products, my energy skyrocketed and I've never felt better. Right? Highlight the benefits that matter to your audience, to the person you're talking to. So if you're at the gym, clearly he's there for health reasons, even if he's not feeling well or in pain, right? If he's aching and he's sore, then you're probably going to have a conversation. You're going to meet him where he's at, right? If you're out and about, if you're at the bank, standing in line at the bank, and you can see palpably that they are nervous, or that they've got, they're concerned, or, something's going on, or they're not, and they're living large, and you're like, wow, what a baller, he's rolling the dough, whatever. You're still going to stay truthful in that authenticity and be like, listen, I've got this thing that I started working with online. I can see this being really lucrative. especially in this economy. You look like a guy that could get excited about earning additional income with very little effort, right? You and I should talk. So you can weave these in, but you know your audience, know where you're at. If you're at the baseball game with your kids, it'd be like, oh, wouldn't you love a little extra spending money? You'd be able to, afford all of the gear that these kids need for lacrosse. Oh my gosh, lacrosse is expensive, right? Things like that. You can be very relatable with it. All right, this is where you see yourself going. I'm building a business that allows me to travel the world while helping others achieve their dreams. So that's something I could see Christine Peterson saying. I'm building a business that allows me to travel the world while helping others achieve their dreams. Y'all can see this, right? Just making sure. If you could give me like a thumbs up. Okay, good. Sorry. Just I had like a panic moment for a second thinking you might not be able to see this. Okay, I was like, okay. All right, so examples. My goal is to create a legacy of financial freedom for my family and inspire others to do the same. Now, that's probably not going to roll off the tongue right away, is it? So we want to take note and go, gosh, I'd love to get to the point where that rolls off my tongue and it becomes a part of my story. Right? Now I'm helping others be happier and healthier with both products and additional income from the comfort of their home. Or you could say my home. Now I'm helping others be happier and healthier with both products and additional income from the comfort of their home. Right? So another tip, make it aspirational but believable, because it must be. You must come within your authenticity. Even if you've never made millions of dollars in this industry yet, okay? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Yet, it's what's the picture I'm painting? What's the vision I'm casting? Do you guys know how everyone talks about casting a really big vision? And I remember, that really perplexed me when I first got started in this industry, because I'm like, I don't know how big of a vision I should have. Like, I see what I want. I see what some of the other leaders have, and I desire those, but I don't really know how to bridge that gap yet. And everyone's telling me, oh, because I need it. When I'm talking to people, I need to cast a bigger vision. The vision you cast is really just where you see yourself going with this. So that's where you're going to start, right? It's, you're going to make it aspirational and believable because it's within your authenticity. And then you can end with some curiosity. And I always say, especially if you guys are doing online chatter, like Tasha was teaching you guys some social media over the weekend, would you like to know how this could work for you too? Right? Would you be open to taking a look if I made it easy for you? Right? So you're going to weave in that question at the end. So here, let's pull it all together. All right. We've gone through it. Let's pull it all together here. Here's an example of a 30-second story. Now, I know it looks like a lot on paper, but when you go to verbalize and you guys practice your pitch, you verbalize it, I promise it's going to go like that. Okay. So before I found 3, I was working long hours, feeling exhausted and barely making ends meet. When I started using all the products, my energy levels transformed, and I discovered a business that replaced my income within a year. Now I'm building a life where I can work from anywhere and help others achieve their dreams too. Could you see yourself doing something like this? Right? So before I found 3, I was constantly struggling with, whatever your ailment was. When I started using all the products, I noticed a dramatic improvement within just a few weeks. My skin cleared up. I felt more confident than ever. Now I'm super passionate about sharing these results and helping others experience the same transformation. Have you ever tried something like this? So you want to keep it short and sweet. Of course, you want to speak with passion and enthusiasm. I'm reading this, so it doesn't sound as exciting. But if I was let's say, I'm going to stop sharing for a second and then we can like chat. But let's say I'm out and about and I am let's just say I'm like at the dog park or something. Okay. And I'm sitting, I'm watching this lady. I can see I'm watching first. You're an observer first, right? I'm watching first. So if I'm out and about, I'm watching her struggle. I see her on the phone going, I'll be in the office in just a second. I'm on my way. I can see she's quit in a hurry. You might not approach her because she's in a hurry, right? But I might be like, oh my gosh, are you okay today? You've got a lot going on. Yeah. Oh, well, what do you do? I'm going to ask her, what do you do? And she's going to say, oh, I'm an attorney. Woo! That's an important big job, huh? Are you late? You running late? Yeah. Okay, I would say, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm running late. Like, she'd be like annoyed, like, why are you talking to me? Be like, how would you like to not have to worry about that anymore? Right? And that's what I would say to her. And then she might go, well, what do you do? And I'll be like, have you ever thought about what it would be like to make people happier and healthier, but from the comfort of your home? So you don't have to be running into the office all the time. Yeah? Here, give me a call. And I would grab her phone number as quick as I could. Do you have a business card? I'll send you a message later. But I think you and I would have a lot of fun hanging out together. That's what I would say to her. But see how quick thinking. Okay, so I'm telling her I'm be happier and healthier. That's like the biggest part. Now, if I'm sitting on an airplane, we got 3 hours together. I'm going to have to tone it down. I'm going to have to stop myself from having her watch Dr. Dan videos right there on the plane. Okay, unless she really asks for them. I'm gonna have to turn it down a notch. I'm gonna have to be her friend first, business second. Okay. Because my goal is to peel back the layers of the onion, get to know her really good so that by the time I do call her to pitch her about three, like she feels like she knows me, likes me, trusts me already. So I want to learn more about her than she knows about me in the beginning. So we might be sitting down, let's say we're in, first class. Okay. And I'm going, oh my gosh, it feels so good to just be in first class today. Ugh. I might say something like that. Yeah, it does. Like she'd be like, yeah, it does. Like they're shy. They're not, they're businessy. They're doing their own thing. Yeah, it does. Oh, so tell me, what do you do? I would ask her, what do you do? But anytime you ask somebody who has a modicum of success what they do, they are going to ask you back, what do you do? It's the most natural thing on the planet. If you can grasp that, what do you do? And you do it in a way that doesn't feel threatening, right? You know what I mean? Like, well, what do you do? No, well, what do you do? Right? And she says something like, oh, I'm a buyer for a store, or da da da. I do this, I did da da, that kind of thing. Oh, cool. How long have you been doing that? Oh my gosh, I've been, when I got out of college, I got this job. She's going to tell you her whole story, right? And I am literally mentally taking notes of how I can weave in, not being a weirdo. I'm listening to her, but I'm going to weave this in, right? And she was going to ask me, what do you do? And I'm going to say to her, oh, you know what? Well, I'm not nearly as successful as you were right out of college. Like I decided to become a personal trainer and then ended up staying home and having kids and fell upon this online business. And next thing I know, I'm, helping tons of people be happier and healthier with these incredible products. And, I've never looked back. I've never had a 9 to 5 in my life. I don't have an alarm clock. I wake up when I feel like it. Pause, awkward pause. No more speaking, no more talky, no more talking about the products, no more diving in. I shut up. You've got to get comfortable with that uncomfortable pause. I'm not saying more than that. Oh, well, how long have you been doing that? That's exactly what I already know. People, this is predictable. Okay. She's going to ask me, how long have I been doing that? Wow. You'd be surprised. It's been 20 years. I've traveled all over the world with this. It's wild. I've opened up global distribution centers all over the place. Asia, Europe, South America. You own this business? That's what she's gonna say. You own this business? Yeah. I'm an independent contractor. Oh, so you don't have all of the no way. Oh my gosh, my life is so easy breezy. I just get to sit and talk to people all day long and help them be happy and healthy. That's it. But how do you help people be happier? That's what she's going to say. I get the healthy part, but how do you help people be happier? Oh, my goal is just to help them create secondary sources of income that become their full time. So they can just relax and live life and, be at peace and just have residual income coming in the bank. How do you do that? Honestly, I know this is a 3-hour flight. I could give you some material right now, or we could wait, but I think you and I could be really good friends. How about when we land, we can just enjoy our flight and I can see you've got some work to do, but when we land, I'll connect with you and we'll get on a Zoom call together and I'll share everything with you in less than 30 minutes. Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm going to temper that moment. Now, if she were to have asked me, well, I got to know now, I need to know now. Like, because some people are just that type A. Remember the shark? There's the shark who wants the information now. They're aggressive. They're not going to wait. Yet, give it to me now. Or she might be more analytical, right? And she's a sea urchin. Like, I'm going to need to take some time with her on a Zoom. And she might be a dolphin and want to have a lot of fun, which is why I'm saying to her, you and I think we could have a lot of fun together. I'm just going to say that anyways, because I do feel like I attract a lot of shark dolphin people, because you attract who you are or better, right? So I am a shark dolphin, but I do have some sea urchin. I'm serious when I say this. Not everybody's going to be exactly cookie cutter. They're going to have some different things that are about their personality that they really, need checked off their list. So when you're out there sharing your story or pitching, that's different. Okay, now let me go to the list. I've got my names list. Okay. I've got my names list. We're going to attack the names list. I've got 100 names written down on this list. What do I do next? Okay. Now, this is where it just begins. I'm going to highlight my top 10 off that list. Like, who are the 10 people I need to get on a Zoom with George, or I need to get on a Zoom with Christine, or I need to get on a Zoom with my upline, somebody who's been doing this a little bit longer than me, or just to have a third party credibility, right? That's really what it's about. Because I'll edify anybody. I'll edify Jasmine, right? Jasmine's brand new in this business, and I'd be like, she's the best. She's got the best team. I would edify her, right? So either way, you have a third party credibility. I'm going to take that top 10 and I'm going to think about that for a second. I'm going to really get a little bit intuitive, and I'm going to say, why did I think of Julie? Okay, let me see. Julie owns a medical spa. She really cares about people. She's more on the holistic side, and she's always open to earning additional income. So Julie could move a lot of product, right? Like she could be pretty good at this. Like she might not even have to know all the ins and out of network marketing right away, but she could be the kind of person who could really push this out, right? She could get a bunch of people on a collagen membership or something like that, right? So I might reach out to Julie in a different way. First, I'm going to call her, and if she doesn't answer, I'm going to call her office. I just am, okay? I just am. So I'm going to call Julie. Hey, Julie, it's Adrianne. I've got something I wanted to share with you. When would you have like 15 minutes to chat? Call me later. Bye. Boop. Okay. I'm not giving her a pitch yet. I'm just connecting. Then I'm going to call her office. Hi, this is Adrianne. I'm connected to Julie. We're in a networking group together. Is she busy today, or do you think she has a few minutes to chat with somebody for about 15 minutes? This is her friend Adrianne. Oh, she's super busy. She's not going to be able to fit you in until tomorrow. Okay, that's fine. Will you tell her what time I would book the appointment? Can I talk to her for 15 minutes tomorrow on the phone? Yeah. Okay. Do I call her, or does she call me? You call her? Okay, I'll call her. Okay, all right. So then I'm going to leave that. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to send Julie a text. Hey, Julie, I sent you a voicemail and I called your office. It's important that we connect. Now, Julie is now like, what is up with this chick? I've met her 5 times and she's banging down my door. Like, what does she need? Do you know what I mean? That's what she's going to be thinking. I'm going to send her a text. Hey, listen, I've been reaching out. I think we're going to connect Tuesday. Your office says I can chat with you for about 15 minutes. But, this is something I'm really excited about. Let me know if you have time later today when you get off work. Otherwise, I could wait till tomorrow. So I'm like really just that's how important it is that I reach out to Julie. Okay. So, cause she's on my top 10. So I'm going to make some additional effort. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on the phone with Julie. And let's just say she never calls back. So I'm going to call Tuesday. I'm going to be like, hey, Julie, it's Adrianne. How are you? Yeah. Hi. I guess you really want to get a hold of me. I know we only met a couple times at that networking event, but, what's up? Yeah, you're not going to believe this. I ran across this new company and I've decided to be a rep for this area. And I think it'd be something that you really need to check out because I know what you're doing at your office and I love these products. They're phenomenal, but you would know more than me. Is it okay if I sent you a link about the products and then we get back? Maybe I could come in Friday and bring you some samples. Would that work for you? Yeah? Okay, great. When do you think, if I sent this link to you today, when would you have a chance to take a look at it? Right? And she's going to say, gosh, Adrianne, okay, this is a 15-minute, I might be able to watch it later today. Okay. Okay, great. I'll give you a call later today. And if you can't answer, it's fine. Can I plan to come in and see you on Friday? So what am I doing? A, giving her just what she needs. B, booking more than one appointment, right? I'm telling her I'm coming for her, right? You know what I mean? And I'm bringing you some samples too. So it's very important. So she sees me taking her seriously. She knows that A, I'm not going to waste her time. B, I'm not oversharing or over talking. I'm letting the tools do the work. Okay. And C, she knows that I care about her. Like she's like, whoa, this chick's tried to reach me in 3 different places. You could even send an email. I will send an email, by the way, with the link to the product video and stuff like that. I'm not going to overlink her. I'm giving her just enough. Okay. And then I'm going to come in. I'm going to be persistent because I know that my top 10 are going to take anywhere between 3 to 5 to 7 touches to get that business builder, the person who's going to make it worth my time. So even if she tells me no on day 3, when I come in and bring her samples, guess who's coming back next week? Me, my face in the office. Hi, ladies. How are you? I brought you a treat. How's everything going? Okay. Who did this with me? Nicole Barone? We did this. We onboarded a chiropractor like this. And she's like, once we did one, she's like, let's keep going. Where can we go next? You know, we really could have put those products in a grocery cart and gone all down New Jersey. That's how excited she got. Okay. Now, next, I've got somebody not on my top 10, or let's say I've got a networker on my top 10. Now, this is a different conversation too. Let's say I'm reaching out to Antoinette. I'm gonna be like, hey, Antoinette, it's Adrianne. How's everything going? I know you're super busy because you're just such a rock star. When can we chat for 15 minutes? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Antoinette's gonna be like, oh, here comes Adrianne. She's probably started a new company, da da da, whatever, right? She'd be like, what has she got? What has she got? So she can be like, hey, Adrianne, I'm super busy. What's up? What's going on? Hey, Antoinette, I started this new business. I'm gonna tell her, I'm very excited about it. We did 100 million in revenue this first year already. It's blowing my mind. I just need you to put some eyes on it for me. I would love your feedback. You're a network marketing expert. I'm going to tell her that you're a network marketing expert. After all these years in Mary Kay, I know you can pick apart a comp plan. I would love to just chat. We have like 30 minutes where we could jump on a quick Zoom together. So see, I'm not going to send her a bunch of links yet, right? Until again, I'm going to set an appointment. I'm going to get a confirmation first. If she can't jump on a Zoom call with me, then yes, I will send her Holly and Corbin Roush video, but I won't send it until I have a time to follow up on the books with her. Okay, so I'm being very intentional. All right. Now let's pop off of our chicken list. Let's pop off for a second. Okay. I'm going to call I've got some names on here where I'm like, oh, she's personal trainer. Oh, he's done this, da, da, da. Cause you never know. Right. So I'm off my top 10. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to talk to Tony. All right. And Tony, I, know him through a friend of a friend of a friend. Let's say he's in insurance or something. So I know he's got some type of a network, right? I'm going to be like, hey, Tony, it's Adrianne. How's everything going? How's your family doing? Good. They're great. Awesome. How's work going? Well, insurance is always good. Yep. Okay. You guys do anything fun over the holidays? You guys going to do anything fun for spring break? Well, we've always got something planned. The kids are coming home from college. We're going to go do this, right? All right. Well, listen, Tony, the reason I'm calling is because I recently found this incredible opportunity. I'm building out global distribution centers all over the world. We did 100 million in revenue and the products are bar none amazing. And I know that you're in health and life. I think you might be able to help some people get better insured. When can you chat? Well, we could chat right now. Okay, let's jump on a quick Zoom. Okay. Or I might say something like, I just want to put some eyes on this for me, right? Okay, so you see how I'm taking parts of the story, parts of the thing. Your whole pitch is really for when you're out there in the world. Yeah. And somebody's like, okay, what do you do? Da, da, da. That's when you get into your whole pitch. The whole reason you have a 30-second story is so that when somebody asks you, what do you do? Or you ask them, what do you do? And you're going to need a response. You have that boop sandwiched. Where I was before, what happened, right? Who am I? Okay. You're always who you are better. That's the thing that's going to trip you up all the time. If you don't know that who am I part, where you get to say something like, I've been a school teacher for, 20 plus years, but what I'm really excited about is blank. Or what I'm really passionate about is that I'm building this online business. What I'm really excited about is, so you're always who you are and where are you going? What are you doing? What's different? What's changed? Okay, so does anyone want to share? Because I've talked a lot and we're a little bit over time. Does anyone want to share kind of like your 30-second pitch? You can just unmute yourself and just share kind of how you're going to sandwich it together. Don't be scared. It's okay. We're all here together. It doesn't have to sound perfect. You could read it off the paper.
Hey, Adrianne.
Hi.
I just wanted to add in that when I talk to someone or meet them, am I frozen? Can you hear me?
I can hear you though. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. The first thing that I do ask them, I go, oh, hi. Oh my gosh. Tell me a little bit about yourself. So I honestly say that first because I want to know what they say so then I know what to say next. So like if it's somebody you don't know or you don't know their personality yet, I just want to say this training was so good. Like I'm going to watch it over and over. And I know you guys think it's crazy, but over and over and over again, like we all learn. But how I get it started to know if they're a Antoinette or a quiet person or my husband, who like if you went after him, he'd like want to never talk to you again. I just say, oh, hi. Yeah, my name is Antoinette. And oh my gosh, tell me about you.
Yeah.
And then from there, I follow what Adrian said.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to mention that, like, because sometimes people say, how do you even get it started?
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. It's true. And it is true. You want to say, tell me more about yourself before you jump into the what do you do. So, yeah, tell me more about yourself. What do you do is one way to get that started. But yeah, that's very good.
Mhm.
I
And
love
then whatever they say, if we know they're a shark, I love the animals,
it.
shark, dolphin, this, that.
Mhm.
Um, then, again, like you said, so for me, I always say, oh, tell me about yourself.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm an executive at blah, 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 blah. And I say, oh my gosh, I remember those days. I was, in corporate for 15 years. I found this business and I haven't worked for 21 years. So that's my quick thing that I say to people that are like still working.
Yeah.
Um, that's my elevator thing. And then if they say, oh, I have 3 kids, I do this, do that. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I have 3 kids too. And I just love that for the last 21 years, I'm able to be a businesswoman, but I've never missed an event with my kids.
Hmm. That's beautiful. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, that's excellent. Never miss an event with my kids. That's sweet. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and then Kimberly too said in their compliment. Oh, yes, of course, always compliment. Oh, you're so well dressed. Oh, I love your nails. You look so nice. Guys have a little harder time doing that, but they might be like, cool laptop case, something like that, it might be something different, you know what I mean? But yeah, so, but yeah, it's a little bit easier that way. Ooh, you look like a boss. You look like the boss. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so who would like to share kind of their story? Jasmine, go ahead.
Thank you for this training. My son actually asked me that question. Well, what do you do? Like he came home from college for the past like over break and I kind of like wasn't sure what to say. So, beside, in terms of the business side, I'm like, well, I guess when I meet people, I'm like, well, I'm a yoga teacher. Well, I just got my certification a year and a half ago, although I've been practicing since he was born. He's 19 now. But I started competing um, at the national level the past 6 years. So that's how now, like I share, I'm going to be competing at the World Championships in Malaysia in
Mhm.
April. But in terms of like fitting this into my conversations, like I do stumble over what do I do? I book people for presentations. I don't know, but anyway, like I like that what you said, like I help people be happier and healthier because
Mhm.
I do every day get a phone call, a text, with people who love the products and share how they're doing. Or like when I go into the studio, those who are taking the products tell me how great they feel. So I like that line. But I'm a mom. I have 2 kids, they're 19 and 13. Um, I'm also very involved with my church and um, doing Bible studies. I love to read.
Mhm.
Um, I just love bringing people together, even my son's just really gotten into it. Like we went on a trip to Disneyland. Originally, there was only one other child that was coming, and he's like, I want to invite these people. It ended up being this big party of like 5 kids, because he's learning how to bring people into his life, expand
Yeah.
his friendships, whereas before he was very closed. But yeah, I don't know if I feel how comfortable I feel saying those other things that you said. I partnered with an e-commerce business. Um, the money part, I guess, is hard for me to talk about. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we made 100 million in revenue. I want to make $50,000 a month. Like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
if that's enough for me to say,
Well,
but I do like what my story is basically, I was very sick.
okay.
At 21, I was diagnosed with lupus nephritis. I was in the ICU for a week with a blood clot in my lung. I was fighting for my life. I've been on a 25-year journey for my health. I
Mhm.
had a
Yeah.
flare up last year with my symptoms. I couldn't walk, I couldn't move. I was praying to God for help, and Lovey came around to,
Mhm.
as a shared these products with me. And over time, over the past year, I started feeling better. And now, my labs are getting better. I'm feeling better in my body. Like over and over, she would ask me, let's do your launch, let's share the business. And I'm like, I am not the example of health and wellness right now. I'm very sick. I'm always tired. I can't, I don't feel good. And so all of a sudden, when they came down to do a presentation for me, and they drove all the way to San Diego, I was like, from San Diego to the desert, I couldn't believe they would do that for me. So that's kind of how the business started, was just even the friendship, the culture, the community, the positivity, the encouragement. That's part of why I feel, called to do this, is just all of you, like having this community has been very uplifting and encouraging.
So so is it okay if I guide you a little bit on how to incorporate a little bit more of the business?
Yes.
Okay. So what I would do is, it's very important. Your health journey and your health story is so impactful and touching. I got chills when you started sharing, I've been on a 25-year health journey. As soon as you said that, I thought to myself, whoa, this lady's been through some stuff, right? So what I would say is, I've been on, hi, my name is Jasmine. I've been on a 25-year health journey. I was diagnosed with lupus when I was 21 years old. I've had flare-ups up, down, all around. What happened is, I had this friend of mine reach out to me. I really believe it was a God thing. I was praying for something like this. You can say that, that's okay. And these products were introduced to me. And as I got on them, I started having more energy and feeling better in my own body. Next thing I know, I'm out here sharing it with others, like I'm sharing it with you right now. And I'm building an incredible business all over the world. So that's the way that you could bring that in without it being this, I want to make 50,000 per month. Right. So we wouldn't say that part, but we know that innately. Right. But how can we help them see that there is a different side of this than just the products? Right. So now I'm doing something with it. In other words, I'm out here sharing my story of how to help people be happy and healthy. And I've got this incredible community that I've plugged into. And we're talking to people just like you, right, who are looking for something in addition to. Is there something that you could be looking for? Like, you're basically asking, what do you need in your life? You know what I mean? So I would bring it in a roundabout way like that, but don't take away the reason why you said yes, right? Which is, I've been on a 25-year health journey, right? If you run across somebody else who's in that same situation, like, you got to share that piece, because we are in a health company, and you know wholeheartedly what it feels like to be in good health and to not have it as well. Right. So, that's really what you're sharing. So as far as bringing the business in, you can say that you're building a social e-commerce business, but you could also say, I'm working from the comfort of my home, helping people find better health in their life. You could say it like that too. Right. So
Thank
a
you.
couple different things. Yeah. Instead of sharing like your whole big da, 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 right. That's not 30 seconds. You want to bring it down to be a little bit less talking, a little bit more impactful statements that resonate with you. All right. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So try that on. Try that on. And look in the mirror too, Jasmine, and like try that on for size. Try on a couple things in there that aren't necessarily like outright money pieces, but just like bringing in that you're building a big business, that you're partnered with an incredible team, that there's a community and a culture around this, and you're able to open up global distribution centers all over the world. Something that just brings that piece in without it like overshadowing the fact that, you're not going to just come out and say, I'm going to earn 50,000 per month. And you're not going to come out and share the whole health journey. You're just going to share the parts of it. Now they'll ask you, well, what kind of a health journey we're on? That's the part where you go in a little bit deeper. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Who was going to share next? There was one other person that was going to share. We have like literally 5 minutes. There was somebody else I saw in the chat that said they were going to go next. Who was it? Who was it? Who are you? Announce yourself. I'm going back through this.
It was me. It's Glennis. It's me.
Okay, Glennis. All right, let's go, Glennis.
I thought I could hide, but never mind.
No, you're fine. Okay, you're not hiding. No. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because I want you to critique it. While you were talking, I was writing.
Yeah.
So starting out with, who am I? Hi, my name is Glennis. Just a little bit about myself. What depends on who you're talking to and where this starts. Hey. I've been in accounting and finance for over 25 years, and um, I like to do this thing where when I get to the years, I'll go like a little over 25 years, like, forever, when it's really been 30. But I've been in accounting and finance, for over 25 years. And this is just the snippet. And now I've partnered with the best company ever. Um, Unfortunately, I have pulled a short straw 3 times, and I have RA, sarcoidosis, and osteoarthritis. I've always been in pain, but I've been masking it from other people as much as humanly possible. But and I've also been laid off over 3 times. So, it's been a rocky road. But I was introduced to this product and business opportunity, and now I want to share it with everyone I see. So now I'm so excited to help people what do you say, be happier and healthier. Would you be interested in talking more about it?
Yeah. Okay. Glennis, I love
Yes.
it. Like I really do. I love all parts of it. I'm going to help you streamline it just a titch.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Okay. Okay, good. Just making sure you're open. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I would do is when you talk about the RA and the pain points and all of that, I maybe would blanket that and be like, I've spent a lot of years
Okay.
inflamed and in pain. That's the way
Okay.
we say that. Okay. Just
Okay.
so we can be compliant as well, right? I've spent a lot of years inflamed and in pain, and I've spent over 30 years as an accountant, a high stress position. Okay. And then you can say, I was really looking for something different. This new company 3 came into my lap. I knew that I needed to say yes to it. I said yes to it. And now I feel like $1,000,000, or you can put in there your what you feel, right? I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling like more alive in my body. I'm feeling more energetic. Instead of saying I'm in less pain, you could say I'm experiencing less inflammation, right? So because if we say pain a lot, then we get flagged, right? So we want to say less inflammation. I've never felt better, because you can say all of those statements, even though they feel super blanketed and surface, because I know, guys, we all want to dig in, and there's a time and a place for that, just not in the 30-second pitch. So you say, inflamed, da, da, da. And then you go, now I have had this love for sharing this experience with other people, and I'm building an incredible business online or from the comfort of my home without this high stress. You could say some things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anybody who'd be interested? You could end it with that. But then that way, if you say, I'm an accountant, they already know that you're a calculated individual. They already know you got your head on straight. They already know that you're not just going to like jump and flippantly say yes to something. Do you know what I'm saying? So they know, like, as soon as you come in with that pain piece, bringing in just that tiny little statement about, I can't stop sharing this with other people. I want other people to be happier and healthier as well. I want people to, be able to earn additional income from the comfort of their home without the stress I've experienced for 30 years, right? Something like that. So telling them what you're getting away from and what you're building.
Okay.
And then you could say, do you know anybody who might be looking for that?
Oh, I like that part.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So especially when you're calling your names list too, Um, Yeah. So, and thank you for being open, because like, and Jasmine as well, you guys both are like shining examples of like, you have all of this experience. You are the expert for your own story, right? You have all of these things that you've been experiencing, and you want to get them all out right away, but you got to pinpoint and underline, how could I blanket that a little bit to just get the conversation flowing and going, and then you can go deeper with them. Because they might come back and say, well, Glennis, what kind of inflammation were you having? And you go, oh my gosh, I've had RA for 30 years. I mean, you go into all of it. And I think stress had a huge part to play in that. Yeah. And it was just so hard to get away from all of that. And now I finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. Right. So you can go deeper after the pitch. So one thing for both of you saying that, but that was beautiful. Thank you so much. And I mean, you guys all have had incredible comments. I know it's 10:31. We have an 11 o'clock call. But what I would encourage you guys to do is I would get together, even in your own groupings, in your own team, and maybe text your upline leader or text somebody your 30-second story today. Let's let that be the call to action. Text somebody your story, your 30-second story, and then go practice it in the mirror. Okay, practice it in the mirror where you're going like, what does this sound like when this comes out of my mouth? Because Jasmine and Glennis and all of you guys, it's not going to feel comfortable to say I'm building out global distribution centers all over the world. That's not supposed to feel comfortable yet, right? Because that's the future. That's like what we're future pacing. So it's not going to feel comfortable to say some of that. So kind of practice it a little bit until it kind of starts rolling off the tongue a bit more. And you're adopting this new reality. You're adopting this new place that you're moving into. You're literally putting out into the universe what you want to happen to you with 3, what you want to experience. So there is going to be this, well, that hasn't happened yet. Oh my gosh, you're going to have a little bit of imposter in your head. Well, that's not really who I am. I'm not a professional network marketing. I'll never be Christine Peterson or, Antoinette or something like that, right? But that's not the point. The point is you're going to show up as yourself, but you're putting out there your future pacing what the goal is. And I promise you, as you guys start getting into the flow of all of this and you guys send your story to somebody today and be open to feedback to where they go, whoa. And you're like, well, I feel like that's the most important part. It might not be. Listen to the feedback, right? That they give you, listen to the feedback and then adopt a little different version so you can really get that 30-second story down. Okay. We've got to go. And I know you guys have a big day and you're going to send out your stories. You're going to practice them. It's going to be phenomenal. Tonight, we do have Global Monday. I'm going to be on with Patty Clements and oh my gosh, who else is going to be on tonight? I just lost my mind for a second.
Carmen.
Kimberly Starr is going to be.
No, Carmen.
Oh, Carmen. Sorry. Carmen's going to be on. It's going to be
Spanish too.
Yes, and she's going to do a little Spanish pitch too. So you guys, she's going to share her 30-second story in Spanish as well. Okay. And it's going to be great. So we've got a lot of great lineup tonight. So make sure you guys invite people onto that. Use your story today to share with other people or parts of it. All right. And use the scripts on the website. Okay. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you guys so much. I wish I had time for everybody to share that. We'll do this again. We'll do another story training again. Oh, tomorrow, Freda wants to remind you guys to bring a mirror onto the Zoom call. Okay. So tomorrow morning, you're going to bring a mirror onto this morning Zoom, just like that. You guys can see her in there, just like that. Okay. So I'm excited. Yeah. We got props coming in. This is going to be great. Okay. All right, my friends, we'll see you guys tonight and tomorrow and have a beautiful day and make sure you get your story out there. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.